Give to the World Ministries welcomes you to another teaching by Ralphena Dotson. Ralphena Dotson is well qualified to share the message you're about to hear as she lives the principles she teaches daily. As you listen, we trust this message will encourage you, help you grow, and develop into maturity as a believer in the kingdom of God. The word you don't know is the word that cannot help you, and the word that doesn't take root can never bring a harvest. Let this message take root in the ground of your heart as you listen to it over and over and take notes. Receive this message. Receive your harvest.
Hi, it's Ralphena. How are you? How are you? I'm so grateful to be with you again today. I have been just laboring over the concepts of how we have allowed a doctrine of thinking, the supposed systems of the world to determine how we live and what we think and what we do. And every system has been invaded by some evil force or power. Our economic system. There's things about that system that's so flawed and so messed up, and we're so busy trying to work it and trying to figure out how to get on the good side of it, the upside of it, the profit side of it. 2008, there was a terrible travesty that took place. And some kind of way, the banks and the legal alligators and the people that just are in control of the financial structure of our nation, they were able to steal from millions of people, me included, monies that I had worked for all my life, and all of a sudden it was just gone. And they can't say it just happened. No, it didn't just happen. It was the money went somewhere. Somebody benefited from it being gone from me to them. And so I just realized that all of the systems, the political system, the educational system, the financial systems, the legal system, the religious system, all these systems, the legal system, the criminal justice system, the penal system, the system where people are incarcerated and taken in, and the monies that's generated, and the manipulation of how they're given time and how things are designed so that there's someone there always collecting because there's money that is paid because of a person's incarceration. Oh, the communication system, how they use the ability they have to saturate the airways, the sound, the radio, the TV, the internet, and all that with ideas and philosophies and strategies and all the things. It's kind of propagandizing the world, and it's all doing it so that the left can benefit from it. Those that benefit from it are those that separate themselves mostly from God. All that's being done because Satan is at the back of this whole vortex, sucking on the people and making available to them advantages and prizes and perks because they are on his side, and because he's using entertainment and the world we live in and the systems that are at work here. All those systems are inclined to agree with that, and so it's pulling it toward the left, which is an ungodly direction. The people on that side over there, they don't think nothing of cursing and saying something terrible about God, laughing at the beliefs of others and their lifestyles being so perverse and twisted, and their behaviors so out of control and so vile and vulgar. It's just terrible. And so we're talking about how the left, once it touches something, it ruins it. Sports. We talked about movies and TV, family time, and all that kind of stuff. But sports has been invaded by the philosophies and the mentality and the intention to draw people to the left. So not only do we have the athletes that make so much money, and they've become so enthralled in their own greatness, they become self-worshipers, and they inspire that in others, and they make money because they do these things, and they're allowed to do this stuff so that they can be instrumental in pulling people away from God. Many say that there's organizations that require, if you're going to be in the entertainment industry, if you're going to be a big time money maker, You're going to have to sell your soul to the devil. You're going to have to sell your soul. You're not going to get to be great because you can run fast or because you can jump high. You're not going to get to be great because you can say a good line and read a good script. You're going to get to be great if you do what you are told, and you're being told what to do by the minds and the words and the scripts and the people that are in positions of power and control to tell you what to do so that this agenda is met. And if you'll do it, then we'll let you make all this money. We'll make you have a big name. Because see, Satan's intention is to have a big name. He wanted a big name. He wanted people to worship him. He wanted the angels of heaven to bow down to him. He was a song of the music, the beauty, he was just gorgeous. And he got offended that nobody was worshiping him. Nobody was clapping for him. Nobody was bowing to him. He didn't get the main billing. He got mad God was getting it. And he felt like, well, why is he getting it all? I can do that. I can rise to the heights. I can sit on the mountain. I can do all these things. I can do that. And for saying those things, he was expelled and kicked out of heaven. And ever since he lost his position, his title, his role, he's been on the rampage of how to cause worship and praise and glory to go to him. And so that's what he does. The left is the way he pulls that glory to him. Because the people on the left assume that they are right and that what they're talking about is good and it serves them great. They feel marvelous about it. They can do anything, say anything, it's all right. Sports used to be an event where you could go and see the person express their talents, their strength, their agility, their athleticism, and it was fair. Oh, it's not fair no more. It's not fair no more. It's most of it's made up. Most of it's staged so it looks like something, so that it keep the people coming to see it, and the people paying for tickets and coming and buying beer and hot dogs and shirts and shoes and all that kind of stuff. And the athlete who's almost had to sign his soul away to make the money that they supposed to, and I don't think they ever get all the money, but they sign up for it, And then they get all the accolades, and inside that thing where they get the praise, that thing Satan loves and wanted, they feel that exaltation and being lifted up, and that's something they can hear. I hear the people on the little show say, oh, the applause was so great. It was overwhelming to me. I had never felt anything like that. That's such a wonderful feeling. I know I want to be an entertainer. I want to be a singer. I want to be a dancer. I want to be whatever, because I felt that applause. See, that's what Satan wanted. Applause and adoration, accolades, and you got the WW SmackDown and all those kind of things. Vulgar. People come in there with their attention to kill each other. And soon there'll be a show that will require death. To win, you're going to have to kill somebody. The gladiator concept is coming. It's coming. Why? Because the people in the stands are roaring for it. They love the blood. I love you to crush his head and break his neck. And, come on. Where did that come from? How did we get to be cold-blooded, evil, blood-sucker seekers from? Where did we get that from? The liberal concept, journalism. I can say anything I want to say, do anything I want to do. I can accuse you. They can make an accusation about you on the front page. And then after they find out the accusation they made was not right, they can put the retraction, or whether they have to admit, well, that's not true. What we said wasn't true. It didn't turn out to be that way. We were mistaken. They can put that on page 59 at the bottom in small print. And as far as they're concerned, they have done their due diligence. They took advantage of the liberal thinking of the free speech, and they destroyed your life. And as a result, you may never recover. That's the reason we got so many people so angry. And litigation, man, I think about litigation. Who wins in the whole deal but the lawyer and the judge? They get paid no matter what. You lose everything. You lose your house, you lose this, you lose that. You can find yourself arguing. I read a story once about a man whose house was broken into, and the thief hid in the attic. And he had stolen so much of the man's stuff and had it all bagged up. And some kind of way or another, the thief touched a portion of the ceiling in the attic that wasn't well supported, and he fell through the ceiling down on the man's furniture and broke his arm or something, hurt himself. Now he's the thief in the man's house who stole the man's stuff and crawled up in the attic and fell out of the attic down on the man's furniture and tore up the man's furniture, and he sued the man because he hurt himself on the man's property, and he won. Now, how could that possibly be good? Oh, well, the lawyer, he had a good lawyer. His lawyer was great. His lawyer was capable. His lawyer was wonderful. His lawyer was everything. How? Well, that's just evil. That's just evil. I think about the national ceremonies, things where we get together, where there used to be a reverence at the beginning of the national ceremonies. I'm a lover of sports, and I enjoy the Olympics. Every 4 years, I'm an Olympics person. I always have been. I started looking at the Olympics. I'll never forget, in 1960, I saw the 1960 Olympics. And I was a little girl, but in 1960, I saw the Olympics, and I've been an Olympics fan ever since. And I love to see the pageantry, and I love to see the countries marching in under their flag, coming into the stadium, into the arena where they'll be competing with other countries, and hear the people walking and see them walking and waving, and oh, my heart just flutters. I just love it. And then I'm a lover of, I like a lot of different things. I like the equestrians. I like the shooting. I like the cross country. I like I like the track and field probably more than anything. I just love track and field. I used to love to run when I was real young, and so track and field is my favorite. But I like the gymnastics, and I like most of the Summer Olympics and the Winter Olympics. I do. I just like it. And I just got to a point where I recognized that when at the award ceremonies where they give the gold medals out, and this is just the truth, you see the gold medal winners from other countries stand, and their flag is being lowered or raised, and their anthem is being played, and those athletes sing along the song of the country they are representing. They sing along with it, even though their countries are oppressive and the dictator is wrong, or the government is not good, or the conditions socially aren't good, and the economy is not good, or whatever. But they will sing their country's song along with the anthem being played. And here we are, the United States, who has just about everything under the sun. We got it all. And our athletes that have won a gold medal refuse to sing this national anthem. That's their statement, their social statement, their determination to have their thinking. And it's like we've just diminished ourselves so that we're so arrogant and so ungrateful that we're not thankful for what we do have, and we feel as though we have a right to be mad and concerned about what we don't have. If we were more godly, we would see ways that we could change this condition of our nation. The Bible says, if my people are called by my name, that's what it says. For 2 Chronicles chapter 7, it says, verse 14 says, if my people, this is God's statement, if my people that are called by my name would humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. Boy, I mean, we don't want to turn from our wicked ways. We don't want people to mention sin. We've become left people. We don't want to be told that we're fornicators. You know, every sexual sin outside of a marriage covenant with a man and a woman is fornication. We don't want to say that. We don't want to tell people that's shacking up, that's been living together for 20 years, you're fornicating. We don't want to tell people that you are having adultery. We don't want to tell a young woman and a young man that create a child and they are not married, that child is born out of a covenant relationship. The word when I was a child coming up was wedlock. That is a bastard like child that you created. Oh gosh, don't say that. But it's true. Uh, national ceremonies where we voice our opinion, but everything except thankfulness for where we are and who we are and what we have. Language has become so profane, even little children speak foul language. Oh, they have so many scripts where they give a lines to a child, and that child must say the most vulgar words. And that child's parents are glad to say, "Look at my baby, he on TV, watch him here in this movie. Here he come." And when he comes, listen to him, and he's gonna say, "F you, F you, F you," a child. And they so happy because they get paid. How dare you judge me? I'm a parent. I'm a judge. There will be a judgment for real. And there has to be some accountability for how we think. We don't even think about sin. That's a sin to use your child, to sell your child into a form of slavery and disobedience and irreverence. And we don't even think of that. We've taken the 2 little days that they use or seasons that they use and to acknowledge the Christian concept. Christmas is pushed to 1 little day, and they have a little. They pushed it to 1 day where we celebrate the birth of Christ. You said that he wasn't born December 25th. No, he wasn't. But is that any reason to disavow his birth? No. Well, all of a sudden now we've been pushed to this 1 little day. They did that on purpose, just 1 little day. Christmas, Jesus was born. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the night before Christmas, But they start celebrating and acknowledging Halloween, which is All Saints Eve, the evil worship and glorification of the devil, the death and darkness. They start doing that in August. The stores start to have advertisement and products and decorations all around to celebrate darkness. And so what they did was they called it Christmas for a long time, which would represent we are acknowledging and celebrating a mass for Christ's birth into the earth. And now they've taken Christmas off, and you don't even hear the word Christmas anymore. It says holiday season. When I was a kid, it was Christmas break. Up until about 5 to 10 years ago, it was Christmas break. Now it's holiday break. So they don't even want the word Christmas to be on the storefront when they say Christmas Day. They don't say Christmas Day. They say holiday sale, holiday open hours, schedules. I mean, it's Christmas and Easter have been diminished. It was a time when we celebrated the Passover. This is the season for Lent right now, where we recognize that there's a season of time that Jesus was on his way to the cross, Calvary. And we acknowledge the sacrifice that he made and the torment he endured and the accusations and the things that took place. And you put ashes on your head, supposedly, to try and, well, they push that up next to what they call Fat Tuesday. Fat Tuesday is a representation of voodoo celebration, the Mardi Gras. We don't even understand. And so they've taken the cross and Jesus and the day of his death, burial, and resurrection out of Easter and turned it, which never was Easter. It was always Resurrection Day. But then they changed it to Easter. And we went along with it. That's the left pushing it on us. Now when they say Easter, they're talking about a bunny and some eggs. They're talking about a hunt and a dress code and an outfit and a celebration that has nothing to do with our Lord. So here we are. There's a difference between the liberalism and the leftism, but both of them are ungodly. So if you're saying, oh, I'm just liberal, I'm a libertarian, really? There was a movie made by star Johnny Depp years ago called The Libertarian. You need to look at that movie and realize that what you're saying you're about. The newest invasion is our children. They want our children. They want our children desperately. They want our children's innocence to be lost. They want our children to express anxiety and depression. Do you know children are committing suicide? What can a child be so discouraged about? And so, oh, bullying. They've made this word so big. I've heard bullying my whole life. Everybody's been bullied. I mean, if you're never bullied, do you understand how you develop a skill to stand up for yourself? No, I don't want to stand up for myself. I want you to excuse my bad behavior and my poor attitude and my lack of mobility and my lack of ability to endure and I just want, because I've been bullied. It's just hello. Somebody else did something to me and I can't make it. I can't recover. I can't overcome it. I can't defeat it. I can't outdo it. I can't get bigger than it and keep going. Man, I was bullied my whole life, but it helped me. I'm so grateful that the people mess with me so that I would get a point of attitude of about who I am. I'm a child of the Most High God. I was fearfully and wonderfully made. The greater one is in me. But we've allowed all this stuff, so we let our children be anxious because they don't have a good big phone and they can't go to the thing, and they're on Facebook and people laugh at them on Facebook, and they're shamed because they're fat, or they're shamed because they don't have braces, and they're shamed because premature exposure to sexuality. I'm telling you, our kids know all about sex. You got 5, 6, 7-year-old kids, they know what gay is, they know what bisexual is, they know all these things. Why? Why do they need to know that? Why aren't they given the opportunity to develop? Education, they want our children dumb as bricks. They don't want them to know nothing, because then they can disqualify them and find them unnecessary. There's a faction of the elitists that feel as though people like you and like me, we're inferior weed-like creatures that deserve to be exterminated. We don't need to consume the natural resources of a big, great, beautiful world. Well, they need to have access to all of it, and anyone who is not in their group or part of their clique or on their level needs to become a slave, or even worse, a fertilizer for the plants and the vegetation and the fruits and the things that they sit here to enjoy without being disturbed. Either you serve me or you serve me, but it's always about me. Co-ed college dorms take away the intimacy and the beauty and the modesty. There's no modesty anymore. I see the people in the locker room with the baseball players. In the locker room is a baseball player, football player, buck naked, and here's a woman or a man with a microphone to his mouth. No modesty. That's a ratings getter. Oh gosh, if you don't explore sexuality and find out all the different things, exciting and fulfilling ways, you've missed out on life. You're not fun. You're not interesting. What men said, we have an open marriage. I think it's great that we don't have to be monogamous. We can just have as many sex partners as possible. And the concept of sex is that it's supposed to be something that's good, and we want to put love on it, and it's not love. It's just a pursuit of sexual gratification. It's a pursuit of own sexual pleasure and pursuit of getting something, not giving something. Intimacy is making available a life and a being that someone can see into and appreciate and grow to love and cherish. The loveless, no romance or romance-free relations and intimacy is a contributor. All of a sudden, I don't have to love you. I can just have you. You can have me, and we can do it. And all these things end up with people that are depressed and emotionally unstable and devastated. And it happens among women, because basically what happens is they feel inadequate, and so they're willing to do absolutely anything to get the attention of a man. And now, without the lines being drawn between the actual male and female, they can do whatever they want to attract another woman. That the women outnumber men, and there's a plan for that. There's a reason for that. Way back in the Bible in Moses' days, when Pharaoh had all the boys killed because the deliverer was supposedly coming into the world. So all the men being killed, all those women left around with no husband, no brother, no father, what happens? Well, Herod did the same thing when he heard Jesus was born. He didn't know, wasn't calling him Jesus, but they said the king is coming, the Messiah is coming. And Herod said, I'm the king. What do you mean? I'm the king. Oh, no, ain't going to be another king. So kill all the boys 3 years old and under. And then I don't have to be afraid because the person to replace me is not really going to be on the scene anymore. Today, our men are incarcerated. Our men are seduced into homosexual behavior, fraternities and lodges and groups of men. I remember I read the homosexual manifesto years ago, and it says, we will sodomize your beloved, esteemed male boys and take advantage of them in all the places, the school, the church, the gym, the scouts, the parks, the fields, the movies. We'll find your son and we'll rape him and abuse him. And so now we have all these men that have had these horrible, horrible experiences, and they feel as though they've been marked, and because they've had this intimate relationship with another man, they're marked, so they have to join this group where they don't feel so bad because they've all been through the same thing. And then there are those that just joined it because they saw a lot of people there and they don't belong nowhere, so they just want to be a part of a group, so they agreed. The loveless relations, the depression and anxiety that comes as a devastation of the person's soul, super sexualized concepts of how you can do all kinds of things. The left touches stuff. It's the declaration that marriage is unnecessary. It's unholy. It's unnecessary. Who needs it? Everything that's been drawn left of the line that God has drawn for us to live, everything that's been drawn to the left side where it's permissible and it's fair and it's great and it's pleasing, is from the devil. Every bit of it. I don't know how we're going to get there except to become what God said, people that'll pray, repent and pray. Develop an attitude to pray, not just for yourself, but for others. And when you do it, God will show himself mighty because we'll be doing it together. I get to spend time with you, and I'm grateful for that. You have a wonderful day. Till we meet again.